you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on Broadway Podcast Network over here on Broadway World. And I have been working a lot with the Irish Repertory Theatre because I love the work that they're able to do and what they're able to accomplish over there. So I'm excited to chat with Kwaku Fortune is here to tell us all about the next project, the Black Wolfe Tone. I don't know. And Jim, I'm so,
Of
can we try this again?
course, yeah, no, take
Okay.
on.
Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on Broadway World or over here on the Broadway Podcast Network. And I've been working a lot with the Irish Repertory Theatre. You know, when I went to acting school, my acting teacher over at Esper, which is a Meisner training, said that you need to go see shows at the Irish Rep because they're doing the real deal over there. So I'm really excited. Kwaku Fortune is here to tell us all about the Black Wolfe Tone, and it's a world premiere. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Robert. Thank you. Amazing.
What is the Black Wolfe? What a name, firstly.
Yeah, yeah. What a name, a big name. Does it match up to the name? I don't know, but no. So yeah, it's just a play I kind of wrote that started in a kind of musing, a kind of short scene, and then grew. It's about like mixed race identity in Irish, not in Irish, mixed race identity in Ireland. The love or lack of love between a father and son and how they're trying to kind of find each other. And this all sounds really dark. It's also about like mental health and trying to find oneself in the world, but it's also very funny. It's a comedy as well. So kind of loosely based on my own experiences, probably not so loose, but yeah. So kind of what it's about.
Well, Kwaku, you wrote this and you're starring in it and it's opening and you have a run here at Irish Rep in New York City. So how long have you been working on writing this piece?
Yeah, so since 2022, Jim Culleton and Nicola Murphy Dubé, my director, kind of came together and we're trying to find more Black Irish mixed race voices in Irish theatre. So they started the Transatlantic Commission. So it was me, Felly Speaks, Jade Jordan, and the playwright C.N. Smith. We're involved in this kind of group to work with a mentor, Dale Orlando Smith, who's an amazing actor and playwright, to work with her and develop four plays essentially, or four excerpts it started out as. And we came to New York in, was it 2023? Where are we now? Yeah, we came to New York first in 2023 and did a reading of the excerpt. And we did like a residency and got to meet some amazing artists and stuff connected here. And then the year after, we stayed for like 2 weeks and did a bigger residency and did a reading of like the full length play. And then kind of, I don't know, with these things, you're like, it's been a great experience. I don't know if it's actually going to get produced. They tell you like, we might not be able to produce any of them. We might only be able to produce one or two. And luckily, I mean, they said they would give me a shot. So yeah, here I am. It's taken 3. Yeah.
Years. Well, they didn't just give you a shot. I mean, you're in the show opens everybody May 8th and it runs through June 1st. You're in previews right now. IrishRep.org is where you can get your tickets. And what I love so much about Irish Rep is that if you're under a certain age or there's different programs available, that this art is accessible. There's $25 tickets for people under the age of 40 years old. Like you don't have to mortgage your house to go see theater in New York City. You can get a ticket and see this show. I was really interested. You know, my grandfather is Irish. I'm Irish Italian. My last name is Bannon. It's the Irish last name and all of that. But what I love so much, if we could have frank conversation here about your show and about you, like a lot of times in America, the stereotype of what an Irish person looks like and is me. is this
Or
blonde hair?
Conan or something, Conan
That's,
O'Brien. Yeah.
so this is a fascinating subject to me because we don't, at least here in the States, we don't look at Europe and we don't see the many different people of color and lineage and history and what it's like. So what is the point that you're trying to tell? What should we get out of this show?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I think, I suppose, just touching on what you said, like growing up Black or mixed race in Ireland, my identity was mainly like reflected or even hoisted upon me as like the American identity. And like throughout my life, I was kind of told I wasn't black or was black or wasn't black enough. It was like it depended how the others of the Irish people would feel at the time. Like, oh, you don't wear the G Unit shoes, you don't wear a do-rag, you're not black. And I was like, well, black is a whole, like, it's a whole bit. There's a lot more than just rap culture. It's like black people can be in suits. They don't have to be all wearing do-rags and chains and stuff. And that's a very strong culture, but it's also something that's been exported. So I think for me, for this play, I think what's important is to see a different perspective on what it's like to be black in another country. And like black history is so deep and rich here, and but it's also not my lived experience because in Ireland the racism is different. It's like it's not as maybe overt, it's not as aggressive, it's slightly sometimes even more just curious, and like you kind of just have to laugh and smile when people ask you like crazy questions. And on the whole, I think Ireland is a very welcoming and kind of inclusive country, but obviously being having mixed identity, there is a bit of a gap. So I think what I want people to take from it is that, yeah, the mixed Irish experience is different, but it's also there's a lot of shared universal pain and joy and love in that. And I would love for like especially Black American audiences to see it and see another side to that experience in a different space and see how we have dealt with it, you know? So I think that's, yeah, that's what I'd like, if that happens, but that's what I'd like people to take away from it.
I'm sure it will. Shout out to Irish Rep for taking this is a fascinating show, fascinating subject, and I'm really excited for people to check it out for this whole entire month. So for you, writing it, and then you have to star in it, and then you have a director, Nicola, who will shout out Nicola. What's it like to be directed? This is your words and your story, and you're on stage. So how do you share this personal part of you and share this with on stage, and then take direction and merge between the theater's vision, the director's vision, and your vision as the star and writer?
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. That's the million-dollar question. To be honest, it's been a lot easier than I thought because I think going into it, for me, the actual big thing was doing the first like excerpt reading in front of people in Dublin, in front of people I've worked with, colleagues who don't really know what I've been through and kind of talking about mental health. And I don't know, part of you, like the fear is like, oh, I'll be stigmatized, I'll never work again, or I think I'm this and this and this. All these things go through your head. And it's obviously a very personal story with me and my dad and stuff we haven't fully figured out. And like, I love him and I want him to see it, but also I'm like, God, he's gonna hate me. You know, all these things go through your head. But I think once I got past that first reading and the response I got, and then the response I got here, I was like, okay, no, I kind of felt more, this is kind of bigger than me in a way too, because the story is universal. We all have felt pain. We're all going through pain constantly, actually, as human beings, the human race. So there's a universality in that we can all kind of share that. And then Nicola is so gentle. She's just so lovely. She's like on it and she'll be like, no, that doesn't work. And we're kind of both like, if anything, I'll be like, yeah, any cuts, brilliant, less lines to learn. But no, and that's being glib. But like I'm not precious with it. For me, it's whatever serves the story, serves the piece and like the character and whatever can just get it out clear and quickly. And we've kind of been kind of ruthless as well, but in a good way and not in a gentle way. And like Nicola is just amazing to work with. She just gives you little things, and it's just it's been a fast but really gentle process. And I think maybe if I had been working with another director who I didn't really, so I feel like I fully trust Nicola, and we kind of been working with her for the last kind of 3 years gently. I think maybe if it was a different director, that wouldn't have been the case. It would have been a bit more fraught, but it's actually maybe she'd like, no, it wasn't lovely, but for me it was a really lovely, crazy 2 weeks, you know, because you didn't have a lot of time. It was like woof, woof, like full on, but like at the same time, that love and that care made it feel so easy. So I think, yeah,
2 weeks. 2 weeks?
yeah, yeah. I was also I'm also like moving house as well, so I had to get out of the house by just before we flew. Yeah, so that's on me. That's like the most dumbest thing I've ever done, but
Wait,
we got through
are,
it.
do you live here now, or are you just
No,
here?
no, geez, geez, no, don't say that for the immigration. No, I'm definitely going. I'm definitely going home. No, I'm going to stay with my parents for a bit, me and the baby and my mum, and then we're kind of figuring out our next move.
So
Yeah.
wait, so you're in Ireland, like you live there,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and what does it feel like as an Irish playwright and actor, and whatever else you are, an artist,
Yeah.
and now you have a show like a full run, a month-long run in New York City.
It's amazing. And hearing you say that, it's like, no, it is amazing because I was kind of like, people come, oh yeah, you excited this, and I haven't really had a chance to fully embrace it. I've been just so like, go, go, go. But like, yeah, it is amazing. Like this city is incredible, and the fact that these made like the Irish Repertory Theatre is such a beautiful space as well, and everyone's so lovely and welcoming there. But also to get to be able to put like a play that I've written on, like it's kind of goosebumps, fizzy kind of excitement. Like, and it's funny because I haven't really felt it until you said it. Because I'm like, well, no, it's not tight enough. Oh, I messed up that liner. Oh, geez. And they're like, no, it's going well. I don't know. Is this, all this kind of the ego and all the fear and all the nonsense actually that doesn't really mean anything. It's yeah, just being here, like looking. I mean, I'm in Times Square, so maybe not. It's very like touristy, but like the fucking skyscrapers and all. It's deadly. Like I love it. Yeah, I know.
It's the
Yeah,
center of the world. I mean, in a lot of ways, it is the art cultural
yeah.
center of the world, and you're here.
And for theater as well, like the theater here. Like I don't think I'll get to see as much as last time because I think there's like a direct clash with a lot of stuff. But anything I can see, I saw Irish Town, which is great, which is on in the main space. It's just
Yes. Well, that's because you have your own show running right now
yeah,
in the middle of
exactly.
New York City. So what's it been like? You've done previews, you're going to open this week. What's it been like to have the reaction from the audience here in the States, like now that you're in a run?
Yeah, it's been, and again, kind of similar to what I said. I don't know if this is like my first kind of day off since tech, so maybe today I'll be able to process it in a more gentle way. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's kind of incredible. I think the audience here are very good and very like kind of different maybe to Ireland because in Ireland it's not even about theatre etiquette. You just have a lot of people who are very much they'll sit and they'll just kind of nod or the engagement here, like people are talking back to me and everything. Because some of it is kind of direct address, like the blurs of the fort line. The fort line's a bit like not the fort wall is a bit like opaque. So I'll be asking questions and people be answering back. And I'm like, this is deadly, like it's really live. So I think that has been amazing. Yeah, and I think for the most part, I've been getting really good feedback. I haven't had time to talk to people after. I have to have like clean myself. There's a lot of mess, so I kind of just go to the shower and then chill and then just go home. I've been just going home, but I think once it opens, I'll have time to just more relax and go up and see people and just talk because yeah, it has been. I've been getting a lot of good energy. It's just I haven't really given myself the time to process it, if that makes sense.
Yes, you're open to open the show. You're in the middle of preview. You're like, yes, give yourself a break. I'm exhausted for you. So, are you the only person in the show?
Yeah, it's just me. Yeah, yeah, just me.
So,
The voices in my head.
do you play characters or is it always you speaking as a one?
There's probably like there's loads of little bitsy characters and maybe three main characters, maybe four main characters, and then the rest are all like little bitsy people that just come
The
in.
voices in your head. Yes, perfect.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
wait, so when did you have the guts to write it? But then it's one thing to write something. It's one thing to say, I'm going to do this as a cathartic experience. It's one thing to say, I'm going to even write it and someone else is going to say it, give it to it. But you are now this is not just you acting, like this is you bearing your soul, your story.
Yeah, 100%.
So do you ever are you nervous? Do you know all your lines? Like, oh my God, it must be a lot.
The lines are pretty much all there. It's just sometimes in the heat of the moment, the order changes or it's weird because I'm also like during tech, this is like whatever draft 10 or whatever. Like there's been so many drafts. So sometimes during tech, I'd start doing the scene and I'd start saying the lines from a previous draft. And Nicola's like, no, where are you going? No, stay back, come back. Go back to the 25th of the first that draft. You're gone way back. So that's kind of terrifying being up there, being like, well, what draft am I in? But no, I think I do know it, and I can get myself out of trouble if there is trouble. And like I don't know, there's something kind of lovely and improv and raw and kind of loose about doing your own work. I still want to serve my words as an actor. You want to serve the playwright, serve the piece, So I still have respect for my writing, but it's also there's a kind of fizziness where I can kind of do anything, and sometimes it's a bit bold, you know. It's a bit like, oh yeah, we didn't do that block and we didn't rehearse that. I was like, oh, it just happened, and Nicola's like, it was great. So yeah, I don't know. There's kind of a nice alchemy of I don't know anything can happen, but like obviously we've rehearsed it, so you don't want to go mad, and you don't want to disrespect the audience or the piece or myself, which is weird to say. But I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it
Sorry.
did. My favorite thing to see are one people shows because a one person show I think is the bravest, most raw and vulnerable piece of art because there's no one up there to share the story but you and you just you and your heart and your story and that's the most beautiful piece of art.
Yeah,
Period.
and you can't get away because I mean, when you dry on stage, you have your fellow actor there, and together you find your way through it. Jesus, like, because excuse my language, I did a kids show just before this, a one man show as well, and I don't know what in what world, I don't know why I did that as well. It was I obviously had a great time, but like to do this, maybe it's helped inform this, but also I think I just like hollowed out my soul. But like doing that and like drawing and like 30 seconds feels like a year or something up there because there's no one else and the spotlight is on you and you're like, will I ever get it back? I don't. Am I just going to walk off? You know, but it always comes back, but it's those moments. And a lot of the time, those moments are the most alive moments
Yes.
in terms of like Meisner and all. I mean, that's amazing that you're doing Meisner and stuff, or you did Meisner because I started doing Meisner last year in Dublin in a kind of short course. I was like, this is the way to do it. I mean, Jesus, it's so electric.
Well, I did right around the corner from where you all are. William Esper Studio. I did a 2 year program. I went for 6 weeks and then stayed, and it changed my life. But what they said to us there is that go see Irish Rep because the work there at Irish Rep is like actors acting. Like there's no, you're not hiding behind, all the special effects of Broadway, and you're not hiding behind, a movie remake. Like you all are putting on and working over at Irish Rep.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, raw. Yeah, I love it.
Has your family seen this, heard it? Oh,
No, they're gonna see it in they see because I had another one in production or in yeah, still in production. They saw the excerpt of that, but I kind of purposefully was like, no, I don't want you to see this until it's finished. So it's gonna be interesting. Let's put it that way. Especially my dad, because it's kind of about him.
that,
It's not him either. It's also an Irish. I will have to say, don't I? It's also a universal Irish dad. But yeah, so that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. He's going to see it in Bray. So we do an Irish tour when we get back. So
oh, awesome. So irishrep.org is where you can get your tickets for the New York run while we're talking about. It's about a young boy, it says in the press release, seeking forgiveness and to be loved and honored and all of that. As you've grown, is the art a way to release? Is it like a therapy for the things that you look for? Do you put in the work? Are you is there no work? Like what, how do you sum up
it's so interesting actually in terms of therapy because I feel when you talk about art and therapy, for me it feels loaded. Therapy I think is so important. I've been in therapy for years. I need to get back with my therapist just because I'm like this has been so intense. Because I
Same?
took a break from her just because work and time and money and all that. But yeah, I don't. It's weird because I kind of I'd come through a lot of that stuff and happened when I was like a young man, 16, 17, adolescence, and I did a lot of work on it then, and then I felt like I'd released it. But obviously, when you go back to revisit and you write the piece and then you get to perform it, there's definitely things that have come up. But I think what Nicola we are trying to do is it is my story. So we're trying to do is create a little bit of distance and use substitution and use all those things just to create a bit of because it's a month long run. Like I'll be absolutely wrecked if I had to fully go there. And I do go there, but I've found I found a way to go there that isn't damaging to my soul. I mean, a few times when we did it, it really did like it was like God, I came when we did well, sorry, this is probably way too much information, but
No.
we did one of the first runs that like stumbled through here. Like I came home and I just like couldn't stop crying. Like for like I don't know, felt like an hour, but I don't know how long it was. Just like in bits, but it was such a a lovely release. And then to do the play in that form that was so raw, so alive. I know that it's there. And instead of being like, oh God, I have to hit that every night, I'm just be like, it's there, it's in me, whatever will come, will come. And just to trust and let go. And I think for me, that's a more beautiful place. And when I do it, sometimes it's really raw. Sometimes it's just like the mechanics of it. Sometimes it's like, but like each time I feel like the audience are with me. So I don't know. I'm definitely chasing what that was, but not in a way that's like fraught or force or I have to get there. It's more like, God, I would love if it was like that every night, but I know it can be that way. And I totally just give myself up to the theater gods and we will strive for that. And whatever happens, happens. And I think I've learned that even as an actor and a human, because for me, I'm very much a perfectionist. Like it's like, oh, it's not right or got that line wrong or Nicholas, like just relax. Like it's really good. The people are enjoying it. They're responding to it. People are having great experiences with it. Just tell the story. That's all that matters. All the other stuff is ego. You're not going to hit it, and it's going to hit in different points. So anyway, it's a very long-winded
No, I
answer, but
love it. This is the bits and pieces we want here
yeah,
on the show. I know you're going to have moments like that, and I know the audience is going to leave and feel. I think we're the only two Irish people who like therapy. That would be the stereotype here in the United States.
exactly. Or right enough to talk about
You
it.
know, the stereotype here is that the Irish men, especially like my own Irish dad, they don't love feelings. They don't love introspect. I mean, this is a stereotype, and I know there, but like there is a thing about the culture about they're very strong personalities, strong
Yeah,
people. My grandmother, my grandfather, they didn't let things really bother them as much, but they carried around a lot of the weight and
yeah,
on them. And we crack through some of this as we go through different generations. And your work is going to let people see themselves and then let them see that it's okay to heal and process and go through their emotions. And this is important work. So I'm so excited for you.
yeah, 100%. I mean, definitely, like my dad is again like there's differences. I've heightened him to make a drama out of it.
Hmm.
He is like has to be said on record. He's like the most loving and kind of open man and always been about hugs and love and stuff. But obviously we have history and like father and son, there's always going to be sometimes we're too alike, there's a lot
Sure.
of fraud or whatever. But yeah, I mean it's interesting coming from that. But I think for the most part, Irish people, Irish dads, it is that kind of put up the wall, we'll just deal with stuff on our own and then like the osmosis of that or whatever is trickled down is quite damaging then for the kids. And then hopefully, like as we go through the generations where we have childhood, we're able to like be kids, be able to grow, be loved. I have a child now, so I'm hoping to not put my shit onto him.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's impossible not to, but like that's what you hope for, so that the next generation are more open, more awoken. That's the wrong word. Awakened.
Yeah. All of
Yeah,
that.
enlightened.
Awakened and
Yeah,
awoken
yeah.
and
Not asleep.
well, it was so fascinating. I'm so excited for people to check out the show. The Black Wolfe Tones begins. It opens this week. It's going to run until June 1st. You got to get your tickets, and you can get them all at irishrep.org. Tickets start at only $55, and if you're under 40 years old and you're a Green Seats membership member, you can get tickets for only as low as $25. Shout out to Culture Ireland and the Department of Cultural Affairs over there in New York City to be able to put on these works and fly him in from Europe and put him up somewhere and put on
Thank
a
you.
big old show. I'll be following. Can we follow you? Can we see what's going on in your life and what's next for you on social media?
I'm sorry, I'm like the worst. I'm not on any social media.
He had to rent a computer. He doesn't do social media. He's like a hermit. He's missing. You have to see him in the show or you'll never hear from him again.
I'm
He's a
under a rock.
ghost.
Is this thing on? Hello?
He's a ghost. He doesn't have, so look, this is the way you see him is by staying up with his art. So just put him in your Google search and then see where he's going to be next.
Yes.
I love that. That's a real artist right there. That's a writer. That's someone. That's writer. That's real.
Thank you for
We're here for the art. I'm really excited. It was really nice to meet you. And I've never been to Ireland, so when I come, I hope you have a couch.
Oh, 100%. Matt, well, my dad's house in Wicklow has rooms, so you come up to the Wicklow Mountains. You'll always be welcome. It's
Oh,
an
I'm
amazing.
coming. I'm
100%.
ready.
You're invited.
Do I have
Robert,
to only wear green? Is that a rule? Like you have your green on.
yeah, 100%. You have to, yeah, that's just everyone's
Green.
head to foot in green constantly.
Sometimes orange. That's what I picture. It's just a lot of green
No,
and
never
orange.
orange. No, sorry, I'm joking. Of
No.
course, orange. All of the colours. This is where I get cancelled.
All right, deal. I want to go to an Irish pub with you.
100%. Yeah.
I don't
So
really drink, but I'll drive you
in my
home.
village, there's 5 pubs where I come from, where I grew up. It's a tiny village. The population is probably, well, it's grown now. This doesn't make sense. I don't know the actual figures now. There's probably maybe like 5,000 people or less, and there's 5 pubs for this little village. Five
Okay,
pubs. Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
in. Let's
Yeah,
go. I'm ready for a vacation.
there.
That's it. We'll show you around New York, and then you have to show us around Ireland. That's the deal.
Yeah, all the fields. I'll show you all the fields.
Okay. That's what I want to see. The green, the grass, the sheep. I don't know what's there. The leprechauns, Blarney Stone. I need to go study Ireland. I'm doing a bad job for my ancestry here. Kwaku, it's such an honor. Break legs, kill them out here in New York City. And thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thanks, Robert. Lovely to meet you. You're a legend.